What you're about to experience are my opinions and truths. I'm suggesting they're possibilities for you to consider, in which you can then come up with your own logical conclusions. And hello everyone, welcome once again. My name is Logan. This is Decode Your Reality. Today, February 2nd, 2020, we had Super Bowl number 54, the 49ers and the Chiefs. Wanted to decode it, show you what the mystical art platforms have to say about this game. And, folks, if you decode sports, news, and you're getting all these links and syncs and numbers, what does it mean? How far are you going to go? Are you just going to connect the numbers and call it a day? Folks, there's something behind the veil, behind man, that is controlling everything in this matrix, including your sports. So let's dive into this to show you what I mean. I'm going to show you with convincing evidence. My methods of decoding: I use numerology, spoken word. We can take the outcome of these words, such as Super Bowl. You have, different ciphers. I primarily like to use one. I'm using several during this presentation. It's interesting because my method of decoding, as you know, if you follow my work, it's numerology. Then I bring these numbers into the periodic table. Folks, this is where it starts to tell more of a story than just numbers using numerology. These elements all have photos, images. Notice they all have images in here, and they tell a story. There's a lot of Greek involved in here as well. But, what's interesting about the word Super Bowl is that it equals the number 131 in the English. And the element xenon has an atomic weight of 131. And, of course, we're talking about Super Bowl 54. You see why this is so important? And, of course, the mirror of that is the 45. And then we can get into the presidency, Donald John Trump, the 45th president. So this has significance, but you can measure it using different ciphers. This one has significance as well. And then, of course, getting a picture, folks. This is where the tarot comes into play. This is super, super valuable because these have symbols in them showing us and telling us a story, since we think in pictures. I also use the digits of pi. There can be told a story using the digits of pi. For instance, the score was 31-20. The 49ers, the losing side, had a score of 20. Well, it sits at the 53rd decimal digit of pi. That's super important, and we're going to get into that. This tells a story. I also use the animal tarot, the Native American animal tarot from this card system right here, which is tied in with the tarot system. And then, of course, also the cards of illumination. The typical playing cards that you use to play poker and blackjack, these are all embedded into nature. And if you use numerology and tie it into this, you'll get a much better idea of what's running this matrix reality. So here we go, folks. Super Bowl 54. It's got some really interesting, you could decode these people right here that were in the halftime show. Jennifer Lopez, Shakira. Look at the outcomes. I mean, the 222. This is tied to radon, as in Ra. 77 is tied to the yin yang. The 105 is tied to Saturn's magic square. There's a lot of different things we can look at and observe. So that's why I know for sure man is not doing this. You can throw that out the window. It's too complicated to get these scores and outcomes. Not even the ones that run the gambling are doing it on their own. There's no possible way. So let's get into it and show you what I mean by that, folks. The score was 31-20. 31 is the 11th prime number. 11 is the number of magic, the number of alternating current. It's the salt bridge. It's tied to Jesus. When you add up 31 plus 20, you get 51. Here's where the elements come into play. Antimony is considered the all-seeing eye. They used to wear antimony sulfide under their eyes back in the Egyptian times. Antimony, the all-seeing eye of Horus. This is extremely important. 51 is a massive number. It's also tied to Baphomet. 51 is, as above, so below, the throat chakra to the root chakra. We can get into the Vedic systems. Notice the outcomes of these elements. Calcium, which is 20, and gallium, which is 31. When we take the atomic weights of these two elements, 39,963, 68,926, we add those up, we get the number 108.889. This is the big standout right here, folks. This is the masculine side of the decimal. It's the standout because 108 is linked to the 47th element, which is silver. And if you've been following what I've been showing, the tetragrammaton equals the number 47. This is tied to the four-letter name of the ancient Israelite god, the tetragrammaton. Goes back even further than that, goes back to Phoenicia. But folks, this is what runs your sports right here. That's what runs it. Make no mistake about it. There's no way you can get these outcomes by doing it, getting all these people coming together and deciding upon these scores. Sure, gambling has a play in it, but they're not running the show. What does the tarot have to say about this? Well, the 20th card is the Judgment card. The 31st card is the Six of Wands. It's actually a card of victory, which is kind of ironic since Kansas City won. The standouts, folks, are where the Roman numerals are. Judgment is an XX. The 6 is a V1. When we bring this into numerology, XXV1, I want to hone in on this because I want to show you, look at the numbers. 5561, that's why I've got it highlighted here. Here is the ancient Israelite, the four-letter name. This is the tetragrammaton. Look at its numbers. It's the exact same numbers. 5561, 1565. They have exactly the same numbering outcomes. Folks, it's the tetragrammaton running your sports, not man. What about the animal tarot, the Native American animal tarot? 20th card is the mouse. San Francisco had the loss. 31 is the turkey. Kansas City had the win. Mouse turkey equals the number 47, which yet again is the tetragrammaton, folks. I mean, it's loud and clear, folks. Man is not running sports. Where does Jesus come into all of this? Today's February 2nd. It is a 10 of spades day. I showed the chart. I'll go back to it just so you know. Right here's the chart. And when you look at this chart, folks, it has all the dates on it. February 2nd is the 10 of spades. This is the boilerplate for this. So we go back here, the 10 of spades, February 2nd, it's the 49th card. The score was 20 to 31. 2-0 through numerology, that's how we say that, 2-0. Could say 20, 31, but 2-0 is 38, and 3-1 is 38. We could say we have an 11-11 here, folks. The 10 of spades, this card right here, which is what day it is, also equals the number 38. So this card gets a lot of energy today because of the outcomes and the scores and the numbers and how that's all configured. Well, here's the Greek name for Zeus, or Jesus, or Jupiter. It's the same energy. It equals the number 49. The 49th card, again, is today. The 10 of spades. What's interesting about Jupiter here is its symbol, its ancient symbol. Kind of looks like a 24, does it not? The mirror of the 24 is the 42, which is where the word Super Bowl comes into play. So who do you think gets all the energy on the Super Bowl? You think about it, folks. You go to these stadiums, there's 30,000 plus people just giving it all. and just worshiping this game. And the energy's got to go somewhere. It goes to these icons, these idols, Shakira, Jennifer Lopez. You know, sooner or later, it's going to be time for those people to pay up, spill that blood, spill that energy, and give it back. But this energy right here, folks, is tied to the Tetragrammaton. This is the son of the Tetragrammaton. Again, February 2nd is the 10 of spades, the 49th card. Its opposite is the 4 of hearts. These cards each have a card that's lined next to it. 10 of spades under the Master Life Spread. If you're new to this, there's the Master Life Spread and the Master Spirit Spread. But nonetheless, the 10 of spades becomes the 4 of hearts. That's the 4th card in the deck, if you count them on a linear basis. This is the 49th card. 49 plus 4 is 53. And folks, iodine is part of the I am that I am. It's actually tied to the Yod in the Hebrew language, which is the Yod He Vahe right here. Yod in the Hebrew language signifies iodine. It's called Yud in Arabic. It's also the number 10. 10 is the binary number. Folks, it's all related to ancient Israel and the Jewish nation. All of this. The card in the tarot that's directly linked. This is the card that it came from. The 4 of hearts means the 4 of cups. Cups means hearts. The 4 of cups is the 47th card, folks. Tetragrammaton. So here's the score again. It's 31 to 20. Again, we have an 11-11 here. It becomes a 76. Well, I showed the all-seeing eye was 5-1, and 5-1 also equals the number 76. And then we bring in, the tarot again. The 76th card is the 3 of Pentacles. And its mirror in the typical Cards of Destiny deck, the poker deck, the blackjack deck, is the 3 of Diamonds. Pentacles means diamonds. It's kind of interesting because Donald John Trump, his birthday card is the 3 of Diamonds, and so is Bernie Sanders. 3 of Diamonds, when we say that, 3 diamonds, there it is right here, is 63, and then the Yod He Vahe in the English ordinal is 63. Folks, what do you see though? What is it you see? What about pi? What does pi have to do with all this? 20 and 31. Let's look at that. Let's look at 20. 20 is at the 53rd decimal digit of pi. What about 31, the winning score? That's at the 137th decimal digit of pi. And of course, we know 137, the winning score tied to in pi, is the 33rd prime number. 53 plus 53 plus 137. 53 plus 137. That equals 190. The 76th element has an atomic weight of 190. That's osmium. Notice the O. The cosmic egg. Where did we get 76 from? Right here, folks, the final score. 5-1's the all-seeing eye. That's antimony. And remember the cards. You can't forget about the cards. See how we can look at this through the layers? Not just using numerology. It doesn't get defined enough. We need to use these other platforms, especially pi as well. But what is it that you saw during this presentation? What did you see during the game? There's so much more. I'm just shaking the tree a little bit here, folks, showing you something. I mean, if you're been following, obviously there's been some landmark people that have brought this. Zach, of course, is one of those people who delivered to the world, mainly numerology and the spoken word, but we're going deeper, with the cards of destiny and the tarot and the animal tarot and pi. Folks, this is what's running sports. I can guarantee it. It's not man doing it. There's no way. It's the tetragrammaton that's running the show, the all-seeing eye of Horus. It's the same thing. That's what's running your sports, folks. So that's all I got for today. My name is Logan. This is Decode Your Reality. Thanks for watching.